What's up, Ravens fans? We are here at Lucas Oil Stadium for the annual Scouting Combine. This is where all the prospects will take the field to try to impress the coaches and scouts here in Indianapolis this week. And as we're here for the Combine, there's lots of conversation and lots of talk in the mailbag about what's going to happen in this year's draft. So the first question that Clifton and I will try to answer comes to you from Robbo. And the question here is, if the Ravens try to get a complimentary receiver on the second day of the draft, will they be able to do that?
Absolutely. I mean, Daniel Jeremiah, NFL Network, talking about maybe 25 wide receivers going, I think, in the first 4 rounds. Mel Kiper, ESPN, saying maybe 18 to 20 wide receivers in the first 3 rounds. This is a historically deep draft for wide receivers with all shapes, sizes, and speeds. So, yes, it would not surprise me at all to see the Ravens take a wide receiver in the second day.
Yeah, I totally agree with this. And the good thing here for the Ravens, because it is such a deep draft, you don't feel like you have to reach, and it's not like it's the biggest need on the team. Right. They drafted Marquise Brown last year. He had a great rookie season. I think he's only going to be better in the second year. So you're not pigeonholed into finding yourself like, we got to go out there, get a receiver early, and take a shot on him. You look at what the Chiefs have done. I think they've been a team that a lot of people have pointed to. Like last year, they got McCole Hardman, who's a speed guy in the 3rd round. Could the Ravens find somebody like that in the 2nd or 3rd round? I agree with you. I absolutely think there's a good chance of that happening. All right, the next question comes to us from Zach McElliott. And the question here is, outside of inside linebacker, what do you think is the biggest position of need on this team? I think you have to start by looking on the defensive side of the ball, and I would point to pass rusher, particularly if Matthew Judon were to leave in free agency. Now, maybe the Ravens put the franchise tag on him. Maybe they work out a long-term deal with Matthew Judon, and that's not as big of a need. I still think linebacker is number 1. The other one that I would maybe throw out there as a dark horse is, if Marshall Yanda were to retire, do you feel like it's interior offensive lineman?
Yeah, I'd go with pass rusher and agree with that. Even if Judon stays, I say pass rusher. Okay. I mean, that's such an important position. I know Jalen Ferguson is a developing player who certainly has the potential to help in that situation, but you're getting a young pass rusher. It's so important not to have to blitz. If you can get just a 4-man rush, obviously you see the 49ers, the team that went to the Super Bowl, that was their MO. They really rarely had the blitz, could really pressure quarterbacks with the front 4. The Ravens, I think, would like to get to that. So Judon, yes, everybody in Ravens country wants him to stay, but even if he does, I feel that a pass rusher, getting one in this draft would be great.
I agree with that. All right, last question comes to us from Marcus Weiss, and it's on this topic of pass rusher. Could you see Eric DeCosta packaging some picks to move up in the 1st round to take a pass rusher? The Ravens going up in the draft, they typically go back.
Yeah, I think the chances of them doing that are not high. I mean, obviously they'd love to get one of those guys, but it'd be really expensive to do that. And I think, yes, the Ravens' MO usually is, if they're going to make a move in the 1st round with a deal, to trade back. And this draft is deep with edge rushers, so you don't have to move up to get a guy. So I don't think that's going to happen. However, maybe if there's somebody they love who falls and they get 2 or 3 picks away, right, that's the only scenario I can see that happen.
I think that's the only possible scenario. Are the Ravens going to give up a ton of picks and go into the top 10? No, I don't see that being the case. But if one of these guys that they're really interested in, say, gets to that 17, 18 range, right around there, I think that's maybe when they pick up the phone. But there's a lot of things that would have to fall into place for them to give up those picks. And as Eric has always said, he loves picks. So giving those up to move up, even to get a really quality pass rusher, is not necessarily something that I see happening. So look, we'll be here all week covering everything happening with the Combine. And as always, we love to hear from you guys. So send in those questions every single week on Twitter by using the hashtag RavensMailbag. Cliff, thanks for filling in. Guys, thanks for watching.